Hey everybody, it's Aaron again, and we're back, and I'm home! Yay! Another Pixelmon episode. You don't recognize the house and all the random crap in it. Shame on you. Or if you're joining for the first time, welcome. Ignore my last comment. Okay, so you'll notice I haven't switched any Pokemon out because I decided I should actually show you guys the PC when it actually does something. So, as we can see in here, I actually have some Pokemon. Yay! And then I've got my Pokemon down here. So, as I was talking about earlier, so you can click and pick them up. If you drag them over to this, it'll bring up their status screen. You know, you can look at their summary, their moves, and their stats. So, like this Weedle is a giant. Cool. He's also serious. So I decided for this episode, or the next couple maybe, we're going to go ahead and leave Magnemite here, even though I said that I was going to try and keep him. And we're going to switch Pidgey out for this Caterpie that we found, who is a runt. So he is tiny. Not that that shocks me, considering he was a very small Pokemon. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And so there's my Weedle. He is a giant. And there's my Caterpie, who is extremely tiny. I'm not the biggest fan of the current Weedle model, but I love the Caterpie model. I just think that's spectacular. I love the Beedrill model and the Butterfree model, though. So we're going to try to evolve them a little bit. So some of the other things I've done. First, you'll notice Great Balls. Lots of Great Balls. I think we're going to leave that friend ball I found here. And you'll notice I got some other random stuff. So we're finally going to make that item finder for that mod, which is called Pokeloot. And I'll have a link to it. And I'll retroactively have a link to it. As I think it's definitely a great thing to add. And since I had enough diamonds and some gold, we're going to go ahead and build the item finder, which is this here. So there it is. And I'll probably leave that in one of my active slots. So it's probably not going to work around here, and unfortunately, since I don't have cheats active, I can't do anything to spawn one of these in, just to show you guys how the item finder works. If we don't get a chance to see it here in the next couple episodes, I plan on doing a special episode soon on my multiplayer server, and I can demonstrate how exactly it works there. So we're gonna go. I think today we're gonna go this direction, way the hell over there. I also harvest all of my wheat. That's all the bread I have. And over here, I went ahead. I decided against my initial plan for the apricorn farm, and so I actually planted everything I had over here, and I'll continue expanding it out this way and that way until I have a decent amount. But that was what I decided to do instead. And a big part of that decision was I decided I didn't want to have to go through the frickin' mountain every time, which was probably the biggest part of that decision. And my stupid antivirus wants me to update. Thank you for updating my stuff. Oh, yes, I know the virus definitions have been updated. Go away. Okay. So, and then in another thing I'm going to do, we're going to, in next couple episodes, we're going to have a new building episode, or I'm going to actually build what is going to be my actual house instead of that. And I'm thinking I might build it up on one of these hills. I'm not entirely sure yet. It's not going to be anything super fancy, but we'll do that as a change of pace. Good lord, that's a big Snorlax. Wow. So I can't fight him legitimately. I could sit here and throw great balls at him all day, but I don't know if we'd catch him or not. So I don't think I'm gonna waste my great balls. I went ahead and all of the apricorns that I had collected since the beginning, I cooked them all up, and Made all those great balls. That's why I have 40 now. Yay! I also found out what the power lens does. It increases special attack effort values. I went ahead and gave it to my Growlithe since he's a fire type, and most fire types attacks are special attacks. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So we're going to go this direction today. Because I haven't explored out this way, so I'll probably try to keep my item finder out here. So there's a Kingler over there. We could use a Krabby as my water type, I guess. I didn't think about that. Or a Shellder. I don't know. We'll see what we find over here. I wouldn't mind catching me a Magikarp, to be honest. Because huge Gyarados are spectacularly awesome. So we got a bunch of Venomoth. Oh, wow. Wow, two right next to each other. That is really weird. Okay, so I can finally demonstrate what this does. Or maybe not. I thought this worked on all chests. It must only work on hidden chests. Dang. So, oh well. Will-o'-the-Wisp. There's a Poliwhirl. Well, there's a Hyper Potion there. Ta-da! Will-o'-the-Wisp burns opposing Pokemon. So there's Poliwhirl. Hello, Poliwhirl. I still have yet to ever see a Poliwag. And I'm a stickler for catching my Pokemon that I want to use at their base level. Like, huge stickler for that. Or their first form. So that's... So, desert, what a shock. See if we can't find anything interesting in the desert. Diglett. Hello, Diglett. Okay, so apparently the item finder doesn't work when the normal chests are there. They must have to be hidden. Oh, so here's something I can finally do that's kind of cool. So I can finally beat Graveler with my Ivysaur. It takes a bit of work. Still takes some luck, but it's not nearly as difficult as it used to be. Sleep powder is your friend. There we go. I will say one of the best tips I can give somebody is Graveler you can start defeating Graveler if you have a water or grass type fairly early on, and they're one of the best ways to level them up. And then the next big Pokemon that I usually train on are Kingler. Because Kingler tend to have like 35 to 40-ish for their level range. So I like to train on them after the Gravelers start not being quite as useful. I still really wish we had an experience share, but we don't. So we're gonna go ahead and I'll use the bait and switch tactic, which is a pretty common one in the normal game, so it works just as effectively in this. So we'll do it on one of these. Diglett. We'll use Weedle! Hey, there's a jungle. So you just do that. You switch like you normally would. And then you pwn. So I have a Kakuna now. Hello, Kakuna. I never realized that cactus don't affect Pokemon. I always thought they did. Maybe standing on them doesn't, I guess, I don't know. I can't hit him with a damn Razor Leaf. There we go. Yay! So my Weedle has now evolved. Way to go. So there's my Beedrill. That's a giant Beedrill right there. Yay, Beedrill! This model is exceptional. It's really cool looking. The wings actually move. It's pretty neat. So I think we'll level Caterpie next. Caterpie. And we'll take a look at Butterfree. Oh, I made a bed back at the house too. I don't think I showed you guys that, but there is a bed there. Amazing! There's a bed. Oops, we don't want to do that. Man, my poor Ivysaur is getting beat up. Yay! So now my Caterpie is a Metapod. A tiny Metapod. Better return my Ivysaur before it wanders off. So we find something else. There's a Sandslash way over there. I really like that model. I think the Sandslash model. Ooh, so it's working. Cool. Okay, so as you can see here, the item finder has changed and it's got that kind of dot. That tells us that the item is straight ahead of us. And see, now it's telling us it's to the right of us. And now it's straight ahead, to the left of us, behind us. And how it works is you right click, and if you're near something within so many blocks of something, it'll actually tell you, or it'll start activating like this. Okay, and so here's the other trick with these. So you can kind of see there's a shadow here. You can see the outline of the box. The hidden chests, they give off these sparkly things that we're seeing here. So that's how you can tell when you're right next to it if you can't see the line. Like if you find one in the jungle, which is usually pretty hard to see. But they drop better stuff. So we've got the Power Bracer here. And I'm sure it's more stat or EV training related stuff, but it's pretty cool. And see, and then when I right click it again, it goes back to normal because we're not near one. And I think you have to be within like 64 blocks, I think is what it was. That could be wrong. I don't remember exactly. So there's a trainer. If my Ivysaur were full health, I'd fight him, but I'm reluctant to fight a swimmer with my Ivysaur as beat up as he is. Because these guys, the trainers can actually have up to 6 Pokemon, so the fights can end up getting out of hand fairly quickly. I had originally intended to go across the ocean if we found any, but I think we'll go explore the jungle a bit. I kind of want to go back to the house already to heal my Pokemon up. But so we're gonna go check out this jungle and see what kind of Pokemon we can find. Scyther is in the game, and I know they like to hang out in the jungle. Although I've only ever seen a couple in my time playing. But I like Scyther, so we'll see if we can find one maybe. Now, I'm not entirely sure if those the Poke Loot item chests can be found underground or not. I don't really know. I was kind of hoping we could at least maybe see some Oddish or a Bellsprout, because they like to hang out in the jungle too. Not really seeing too many Pokemon at all. There is one issue, I guess, with the jungle, and it's that Pokemon can literally spawn wherever in here. So they can spawn on top of the trees and stuff, so you can end up with, like, an Oddish at the top of a jungle tree. The legendary Mew also spawns in jungles, with exceedingly rare, though. And those chests, the Poke Loot chests, apparently you can get Master Balls out of those as well, but it's like a 1 in 1 million chance or something of that happening. But, you know, Master Ball would be cool. You can't make them, to my knowledge, either. I could be wrong, but I kind of doubt it, because I think making them would, you know, doesn't take much to start getting an apricorn farm really going, so unless it required something extremely difficult to get your hands on, probably kind of take the fun out of finding one and being really ecstatic about it. I cannot believe we just cannot find any interesting Pokemon. There's an Ekans, but that ain't anything new for us. What the hell is going on here? Oh, lava pool. Wow, that sucks. Damn thing could almost burn the damn jungle down. Surface lava pools are bad news. Well, I guess if we show up sometime and the damn forest is burned down, we'll know why. Man, we ain't finding nothing. Well, I apologize. I was hoping this would be more exciting and kind of interesting because we haven't really been in the jungle yet, but God, we ain't seeing squat. There's a Gloom. Hello, Gloom. Venomoth. Oh, what a shock. A desert on the other side. Well, darn it. Well, unfortunately, this ended up being kind of a dull episode. And I'm sorry for that. Ow. Well, shoot. Well, I suppose we just as well try and kind of head back. There's a Goldeen in there. A couple of them. Try to be quick and get over here so we don't get caught in a fight and end up drowning. Well, we got to evolve some Pokemon this game, or this episode. You guys got to see. Found some chests, some of those Pokeloot chests. So it's not total busts. So next episode, I'm gonna go ahead and just walk back to the house. So we'll be starting from the house again next episode. Next episode, we'll go out exploring some more. We'll evolve evolve my Metapod, and oh hey, the item finder found something. So we'll grab this before we go. Cool. Best idea this episode? Make an item finder. This is why I should have made one before we left last time, and that was really dumb of me not to. Okay, it's over here. Ooh, a Thunderstone. Cool. That was a great find. If we catch a Pikachu or something, we can evolve it. Or turn an Eevee into a Jolteon. So, anyway, sorry about the interruption to that. As I was saying, so I'll catch you guys next episode. As always, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.